What just dropped from the Justice Department is massive, and I mean massive. Over 3 million pages of documents tied to Jeffrey Epstein have officially been released. Some outlets are saying closer to 3.5 million pages. This includes records, emails, photos, investigative notes, and materials that were never made public before. According to the DOJ, this release marks the end of a long review process, and they're framing it as a transparency move that did not protect anyone, regardless of status or power. Now, before we go any further, this is important. These files include a mix of verified records, unverified allegations, third-party claims, and raw investigative material. Being named in these documents does not automatically mean wrongdoing. That distinction matters, especially given the scale and sensitivity of what's been released. That said, the early coverage is already explosive. The files reportedly include mentions of a rape allegation that Trump has long denied, along with other references connected to Epstein's social circle. Again, denial does not equal proof, and the DOJ has not announced new charges related to Trump. But the fact that these references are now public is already fueling intense political debate. Other high-profile names appear as well. Prince Andrew, whose connection to Epstein has been widely reported in the past, is mentioned again. Howard Lutnick's name shows up in the documents. And there are emails indicating that Elon Musk once expressed interest in visiting Epstein's island. Musk has not been accused of any crime related to Epstein, and there's no evidence he ever went. But the presence of those emails alone is enough to spark public scrutiny. The Justice Department seems very aware of how this looks. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche held a press conference emphasizing that the release was conducted without shielding any individual. His message was clear. This was not about protecting politicians, billionaires, or foreign royals. It was about making the full historical record available, even if it makes powerful people uncomfortable. But that transparency comes with serious concerns. Victim privacy is one of the biggest issues being raised right now. Advocates are warning that releasing such a massive volume of raw material risks re-traumatizing survivors or exposing identifying details that never should have been public. Even with redactions, the sheer scale of the release makes mistakes possible. There's also the question of interpretation. These files are not a neat list of crimes and conclusions. They're messy. They include rumors, leads that went nowhere, emails taken out of context, and allegations that were never proven. In the wrong hands, or spread irresponsibly online, they can become tools for misinformation. And let's be honest, that's already happening. Social media is flooding with screenshots, cherry-picked names, and bold claims that go far beyond what the documents actually say. Some people are treating mentions as convictions, others are dismissing the entire release as a political stunt. The truth is probably more complicated and much less satisfying. What this release really does is reopen uncomfortable questions. How many powerful people were in Epstein's orbit? Who knew what, and when? Why did accountability seem so limited for so long? And how does the justice system balance transparency with responsibility when dealing with crimes of this magnitude? This isn't the end of the Epstein story. If anything, it's a new phase. Journalists will spend months, maybe years, combing through these pages. Lawyers will analyze them. Victims' advocates will push for stronger protections, and the public will continue to argue about what it all means. For now, the biggest takeaway is this. Being named is not the same as being guilty, but silence and secrecy are no longer options. The files are out, the questions are back, and the pressure is on institutions, not just individuals, to explain how something like this was allowed to happen. If you want updates as this develops, make sure you're subscribed. This story is far from over, and we'll keep breaking it down carefully, responsibly, and without jumping to conclusions.